All right, so game just froze, and which means that I lost the recording. So that's 17 minutes gone. Um, Luckily, it did send me back in time a little bit. When the recording had ended, I had already gone out to that rating outpost, disabled it, and connected to it, and I was about to start dragging it back when it froze. So now we get to do it all over again, and you guys actually get to see it instead of like getting stuck halfway. All right. So quickly, things that I talked about. I watched the video that I recently posted. Noticed that the volume for my voice is a little low. So I increased the gain on the mic. So hopefully this will be a little bit louder and easier to hear, and you guys won't have to like crank up your volume or anything. I did look to see if there was a way that I could incorporate the game volume or the game sound, I guess, along with the recording. There probably is a way, I just couldn't figure it out right away. And then, so the game freezing, I know exactly why it does it, and it's not actually the game, it's the way that I've got my computer set up. And I forgot to turn something off, which then made the game compete for resources, which, then caused freezing. So, nothing with space engineers, so they are still fine. But yeah. And then I talked a little bit about setting up a farm in the upstairs kind of office section of the base over here, I guess. I'm worried about power consumption, though, because those things use up a lot of power. And then what else did I talk about? Oh, I figured out what the issue was with the food. I wasn't making, or I didn't have enough algae, no, not algae soy, but the... I don't know, one of the intermediate parts that you need, and I wasn't making those, and I didn't have them. So yeah, that's kind of what caused that. Yeah, so that was a quick 2-minute recap of the last 17 minutes. There was a lot of running around, a lot of checking things. But yeah, so now we're just getting straight into the action, and hopefully the volume is better. And yeah, we're going to go and disable this guy again, drag it back, and then we'll have another thing to disassemble for parts. And then let's see, we're going to go and just kind of go sort of straight on. Now, it does shoot for the decoys, so that does work. So the decoys do work. Which is good because that means that they're not blasting me out, since I'm, very easy to see right in the front here. Okay, so now if I remember correctly, I should be coming on to the side with just one. Let me see. I need to look forward and up. Okay. Okay, so I need to go... yeah, a little bit more to the left. So we've got a turret right here, and there's another turret on the other side. So if you were to come at it from this way, facing like this face of it, you would actually have to deal with both turrets. But if you come at it from this side, you just have to deal with one. And so that's kind of what I did the first time. So we're going to go ahead and arrange ourselves so we just have to deal with one of these things. And I think that'll be good. Yeah, I think that'll be good. I think we're out of range. So we'll just come in a little bit more over here on this side, and then we'll just start shooting at it right away. Just balls to the wall, just get in there, get it done, knock it out. Hey, can you guys shoot at that thing? There we go. Okay, and then I'll turn those off so I don't destroy any more than I have to. All right, so with that done, we can now hop in here. Easiest way to capture this thing, it's like child's play, honestly. All right, and then all we need to do is wait for the build and repair units to disable all of the different things inside of there. I think I need to go that way a little bit. Okay. need to move over this way. Sort of angle ourselves a little bit. Drop it down. No? We're not straight on there? Okay. There we go. Now we got it. Okay, so we'll turn the dampeners off and let the station gyros kind of take care of the spin. There's the big planet that we just got off of. Okay, so what are we waiting on? We need that turret down there to be disabled. And then by the time that turret is disabled, the interior turret should also be disabled. And it looks like we just knocked out some lights. Okay, so that is that turret now disabled. So I think, and actually I'm gonna throw the dampeners back on. And then hopefully I won't have to fight with this thing too much because everything should be disabled. All right. Make sure that we got no oxygen in here. Okay. So we did very little damage to this, which is good. Kind of what we were going for. I want to make sure that that turret inside of there is not active. Can't really see in there though. And then one of these ways has a gate. Is it this side? No, I don't think it's this side. It is this side. Okay. So there is a turret like right in here and on the ceiling. Hopefully it is disabled. Yep, right there. So yeah, as soon as you like drop into this thing will kill you. But it looks like everything... Ooh, that's a tier 2 reactor. Really? Okay. Good. So I think we are now completely disabled with everything in here, so we can bring this back to the base and scrap it for parts. All right, so let's see if I can find body location. That's got to be over here. Yep, there is body location. And that is right there. Okay. And it looks like there's a ship sailing by. Interesting. All right. So we are on our way back. Looks like we are still trying to disable things. I don't know what's going on. Right, so another thing that I'm going to have to do, is to change this over to nobody, so that way, the owner to nobody, so that way it doesn't try to rebuild it. Because honestly, I don't need these. I just need the parts. I'll make my own ships and stations. And it'll give the build and repair unit something to do. Also, drink of the day is Gatorade and grape. It's like, it's still trying to like take things apart. Like, what are you doing? It's like, I'm pretty sure everything is disabled already. I don't know. It's whatever. Okay, so I'm going to slow it down right here before I get within range of the station build and repair units. So that way I can change everything over to nobody. Because otherwise the build and repair units are going to see the neutral blocks, and I don't... Like, apparently once you disable things, then the owner gets changed over to neutral, according to a comment. Thank you for that, by the way. But what happened last time is it actually rebuilt everything. And I didn't want it to do that. So we're going to take everything in here, all of it, and we're going to change the owner to nobody. So that way, as soon as I get in there, it'll just start deconstructing everything. All right, so let's hop back in here, get ourselves a little closer. All right, and then which way do we have to go? Okay, so if the solar panel is over here, then we need to switch around this way. Yes. All right. At least I think that's how it's supposed to go. Maybe. Yes. Yes. Okay. Okay, so now that we are somewhat close, I'm just going to drive it in the rest of the way manually. And I do need to put in another mag lock somewhere, so I can stick to the base somewhere and it won't start moving anywhere, I guess. But where do I want to put it? I could put it like on top of one of the decoys. That would be kind of hilarious, actually. But that would get in the way of the turrets, so probably not a good idea. And I don't want to put it anywhere that'll interfere with the solar panels, so I'm thinking if I can sneak it in between the rock, or maybe just like right on top of there, maybe. So kind of like right in here. Yeah, it is ripping the crap out of this thing already, which is nice. Did I hit something? I did. Okay, so I'm too far over. I think I just hit the rock. Okay. So we are drifting a little bit, and that's because I don't have anything to mount this to. So I'm going to need a little bit of steel plate. And then let me see if I can find some way. Okay, so I'm going to see if I can get it to stick here. Okay. That's going to be really, really hard to see. But I think if I can just kind of maneuver it a little bit, maybe I can get a good angle. All right, so let's see. So we want to drop it down, if I can. Okay, and then we are still not down far enough. And that is the antenna that is moving on here. Okay, is that okay? I think that just locked in. Okay, good to go. All right, so we're gonna disconnect from here. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa! Hey, calm down, calm down. Okay. So another successful mission for the wedge. All right, so we need to go back a little bit, over a little bit, and up a little bit. There we go. Turn off the dampeners, let the magnet kind of stabilize us. And then when we're good, lock it down. All right, so we're gonna refill, put everything on charge. All right, and then we'll just leave that on stockpile. Okay, good to go. So now we have lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of parts. So at this point, what is that? Transport. Interesting. Should I go after that? That would be kind of hilarious, actually, if I did. And that's probably large grid. I don't know. What do you think? Should I go after it? Where are we at? 15 minutes? Yeah, we're going to go after it. I might not survive. I don't know. But we're going to try it anyways, because why the hell not? All right, so we need to go off to this side. All right. So, Mr. Transport, I'm going to go and say hi to you, if that's all right. I just want to, see what you're up to, see what you're doing, No? It's not going to let me do that? Maybe it doesn't let me do that when I'm moving. Oh no, it's because they're off right now. That's why. Right, so I probably want to stop here, take a look, see what kind of... Okay, interesting, lots of solar panels. Do I see any defenses on there though? It is moving pretty quickly. Okay. So we're going to try. So apparently if you click and you do a Control Z, or do you have to be like a lot closer for that to work? I think you probably have to be a lot closer for that to work. All right. All right, so we're going to take a look at this thing, say hi, see what's going on. It is attacking me with something. Ooh, we are taking a lot of damage. Ooh, hey, what the hell? Yo, dude, what's going on? I don't know what the hell just... Okay, that thing's got big guns. Okay. Do you still have guns? Yes, it still has guns. It is still beating the crap out of the wedge. Okay. And yeah, that's not great. Is it still shooting at me? Yes, it is. Okay, so the wedge is unable to be driven right now, so it's not great. And it took out the projector too, which means that this thing can't rebuild itself. Okay, so that was not great. I think I need to put like a secondary cockpit in here or something, because it just destroyed me. Oh man. What do we have to do? This, I thought this might have still a lot of pieces and parts, but maybe it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Okay. Okay, so this is fun. So I'm gonna throw a GPS marker on here. Wedge crash. It's not really crash though. Remains. Okay, so that is now gone. So I'm gonna need something a lot stronger to take out something like that, I think. Okay. So we're gonna go and pick up enough stuff to build a cockpit. And we're gonna bring it over there with us, throw the cockpit on there, hop in the cockpit, drive it back, and then work on the repairs. So that's gonna be fun. But yeah, I need something with a bit more, I don't know, power to it. A little bit more defense. Okay. So, okay, looks like that is still all getting disassembled. At least it should be. Okay, sir, you need to be... Okay, so you should have been disconnected already. So what is going on? Okay. I need all of the things here. All of the things. Transfer to nobody. Yes. That includes the beacon. Okay, so now, hopefully, it will continue taking everything apart. Okay. So, we need a cockpit. I'm going to grab this one because I think it's the cheapest. I'll just throw it in there. There we go. And that's all the pieces and parts. And then the wedge, I thought was by the planet. Yeah. So it should be down here somewhere. Wedge? Wedge? Where did my wedge go? GPS, wedge remains. Okay, so it's there. Okay, wreck small ship. Oh, wedge remains is over here. Okay, good to go. Oh man. I don't know what to do. So the wedge is good for taking out lightly armored stuff, but as far as like heavily armored stuff and stuff that's like tiers above, like where I'm at, I guess, with my building and stuff. And I'm actually gonna throw this thing right on the back, right here. All right, so now we can get this going back to base. Okay. Okay, so that antenna was supposed to be disabled as well. For some reason, like, this thing seems to, like, move a lot better. Maybe it's just because it's lighter. Because it's missing, like, a lot of pieces and parts. I don't know. Alright. So, next thing we have to do is put the projector back in here. And before I do that, but then again, if I connect, then I can get more parts and pieces, and the build and repair units in the wedge can help do the repairs. So let's just do that. All right, and then we'll move out this way, go down a little bit, go forward a little bit. What are we? What's going on? What are you doing? Okay. Turn off the dampeners. All right, and then we need one of these connectors. It's the left connector. Switch lock. Right connector. Switch lock. Okay. Okay. So this should hopefully start repairing itself rather quickly. All right, and then all of this. All right, we need to go over here. Okay. So this is just about I can't even think of the word that I'm thinking of. Deconstructed. Go with that. Deconstructed. It's a good word. Okay. This is on the bottom side. There we go. That's better. Also, I want to make this not locked so that way everything can get sorted out of here. Should move rather quickly now. Yep. Okay, good to go. All right, so how are we doing, Wedge? We doing a little better? I think we're doing a little better. All right, so now I need to look at all of the build and repairs, all of them. And we're going to turn off build new. Okay. And that's because I need to set the projector in here and organize it. So, projector. And I need a steel plate to build the projector. Of course I do. Plate. Thank you. 8. There we go. All right, and then we're gonna call this wedge projector, or projector wedge. Yeah, projector wedge. Okay, so that is there now. Okay. And then we need to go into the projector for the wedge. We need to look up the wedge. There we go. Throw that on here. Okay, and now we just need to get this thing arranged properly. Okay. I'm gonna see if I can maneuver this way. Roll. Okay. that roughly? Yes, it is. Okay, good. Okay, so now we need to move this. Nope. So that's good. I think that's good. And I do believe that that is where it needs to be. Okay. So now we go back into all of the build and repair units. And we set these to build new. And we will quickly, hopefully, get our wedge back up and running. Okay. So I do want to color the accident. So this guy has to be colored. I think I used this color. Are you not going to let me color it? Oh, there we go. Okay. So we got in there. All right. And then we'll go back to the dark blue, I think is what we had. All right. Okay. So just that quickly, the wedge is back up and running. And then I think it's still waiting for all of the other pieces and parts to get built in here. Maybe. Or not. Am I gonna have to reset all those? Because that would suck. I don't know. We'll leave it for now. And then it feels weird like having this thing on here, like just kind of sticking up like a sore thumb. But it might actually not be a bad idea. I think I'd want to like bury it a little bit though. Like maybe put it right here. All right, so cockpit. And then I forgot to set the projector to keep the projector, or keep the projection. Okay, so we will set this thing. Should we do it backwards? That would be hilarious, but no. Okay, so let's go in here, control panel, projector wedge. Blueprints, yeah. So it finished completing it and then just dropped it, but we want to keep that. Okay, so then projector, wedge, keep the projection. There we go. Okay. So that will work. How are we doing on these things? What are you? Okay, so it's taking care of this one first, which is fine. And then also I want to take a look at what kind of materials we have. So I'm going to hop in here, get myself repaired a little bit at least. Just glad I didn't die. Okay. So we'll get ourselves nice and healed. Good to go. All right, and then let's see what we have here. Okay, so those I think I should put back into the wedge. All right. And then because I want to keep like a supply of the alloy stuff, just that way I can repair stuff, you know? So you can go in there and you can go in there. We'll call that good. And then we're good here. All right. So what we are going to look at next is all of our components, which should be in this first one here. Okay, so we have a lot of stuff here. We have a lot of thruster components, tier 2 thruster components, so that's good. Some tier 2 motors, tier 3 power cells. I think I made those though. Some assembly motors, which I'm not going to get much use out of. Tier 2 detector components could be useful. 828 regular thruster components, which would be good, really, really good for small vehicles. And then, so these use gold, right? So if I go into here and I see what we need to make these tier 2 components, we need platinum, gold, cobalt. Okay. So if we get 1/3 of a gold per thing, and we need these, and they take 67 per, and then if I make a jump drive, just the basic jump drive requires 1,000 superconductors. Okay. Okay, so 1,000 superconductors, and each of these takes 67. So we're going to need 670 gold. And if these give me 0.34 per, then I'm going to need twice as much. So I'm going to need 1,200 thruster components to be disassembled. And I have that many. So we can build a jump drive. All right, so I guess the next thing that we do is we disassemble 2,000 of these things. And that should give us, yeah, all the gold that we need. We also get a lot of platinum out of it too, which is nice. All right, and so then we should be getting gold in here somewhere. Gold. Good. 82.8. That's going to transfer every once in a while into there. Okay, good to go. We have 132 uranium, which is great. 375 platinum, which is nice. I'm sure we can do something nice with that. So I think what we have to build now is a jump ship. I think that's what we have to do. And then, okay, so I want to look into here and see if we make thrusters, ion thrusters, right? I'm sure they're in here somewhere. Okay, so a large one requires 960 components. Yikes. Okay, so thrusters, if we go with the ion, small ion, okay, so these ones take 80 each. Okay. And then if we look at how many thruster components we have total, so we can make a total of 10 large thrusters. Or no, 10 regular ion thrusters, which means that we would probably have to supply some amount of hydrogen in here. But, I mean, if we have 10, right, we need 6 in each direction. If we double up going forward and backwards, Now we could triple up going forwards and backwards. So 3 going forwards, 3 going backwards, and then 1 on every other side. And that'll give us 10. And what are you? An iron barge, but it's tier 3, which means I probably stand no chance against it. Okay, so if we're going to be making this jump ship, it's going to have to be small. It's going to have a decent amount of power, which means it's probably going to need some solar panels, maybe. And so if you remember from chapter 1, if you've been following this whole thing, so the start and end of a chapter. So chapter 1 started, I was on the planet, and then in order to end the chapter, I had to leave the planet and create a space station. Okay, so I did that, which ended chapter 1. And then I started up on chapter 2, which was right around that Pertam was released, just a couple days after, I think. And so then I respawned myself on that planet, and then from there, I had to build something on the planet to leave the planet, and then build another space station outside the planet, which I've done. And then I have to build a jump ship so that way I can go from this space station to the original space station. And then once I can do that, that ends chapter 2. And then I start on chapter 3, which is then I respawn on a different planet, and the whole process repeats itself, and it ends when I can jump a ship to the initial space station. So that's kind of what all of this is, and kind of how I have it. Oh, you were not supposed to vent outside. That was dumb. Oh well. Oxygen is free, right? Okay, so to do that, I don't need to bring any materials with me, but I do need to have a ship that can make the trip, which means that it might have to get recharged, which means that I'm going to need a lot of batteries. So I'm going to need a bank of batteries at least. I do want to put like some sort of a living area on there, because I think that would actually be kind of cool. And it's just going to be like a normal ship. I might get a little creative with how I do the thrusters. Instead of putting them in the middle and pointing them straight out, I might put them to the side and bury them a little bit into the body more. So that way they kind of like form a box, like if you follow where each one is pointed. So if I'm going to do that, okay, so question, do jump drives come in small versions? They do not. It's large only. And then what is this? Oh, a safe zone. Nice. But I need a zone chip. I don't have zone chips. Okay, so then this needs gravity components, which I have, detector components, which I have. The superconductors is going to be the hardest thing. I need to make 1,000 of those. So that's going to be kind of ridiculous. So I'm trying to think of what the best option would be for this ship. So here's my thought, right? If I put a drill rig on the front, or drill anyways, right? And then I make it long and cylindrical. So, and then I build my battery pill, have that in the middle. So that way if I need to recharge the power, but then the pill uses up a lot of resources though. Well, I'm not really too worried about the resources. I'm worried more about, I suppose, the space that it takes up. I mean, I could build something manually, maybe. But I don't want it to be like huge either. Like I want it to be relatively compact. So more like a transport ship than anything else, but at the same time, it needs to have enough power to recharge the jump drive. And I know that that requires a lot of power. Okay, so... Man, I don't... like, what do I do? Okay, so these are making their way. So we're about halfway done. And then let's see what we have for gold. 401. And reminder, we're going to need like 667 gold, roughly. Now, I can also use this, but I don't know how much uranium that uses and how much that would last. I mean, I would assume that it would last a while, but I don't know. And... I don't know how I want to do this, actually. So I could just go for something simple and basic. And then if I do a recharging system as well, then I could drain the batteries pretty easily. And I know that I'm going to need grinders on every battery individually. So, okay, so we're going to start with the back of the thing, I think. And then we're going to see if we can squeeze it into this amount of space. I think we might be able to do it. Or do I build it upwards or downwards or out on some other side where I have more room? That might actually be a better idea. Okay. So we're going to start here. And I need steel plate. Probably going to need just a lot of steel plates, so we'll just grab a bunch of it. And then I'm probably going to need some of these, and I'm probably going to need some of those, and I might need some of these. So we'll just grab kind of all of it. Okay. So merge block number 1, merge block number 2. You were supposed to place that merge block, sir. Thank you. Okay, so there's our merge block. Okay, so how this thing is going to be kind of big. Okay, so then we're going to drop it down to here. And then we're going to build in batteries. And then I also need to keep in mind that I need... So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And then we're going to need to come out to here. I don't know how big the grinders are. Okay, so they are just 2. Okay. So that will go here. Okay, so we have our grinders over there. And then we're going to need our welders over here on this side. Hopefully those aren't too big either. Okay, and they aren't. Good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So these are all now connected, and this is going to be a very simplified version of my pill. Instead of like rotating and stuff, we're just going to have these 5 batteries, and we're just going to keep rebuilding them, right? So we'll set these to discharge. And then we're going to have a bank of batteries inside. And then also I wanted this to be glass on the bottom, or like a glass floor. So that way we're protected from the stuff that's, you know, doing the dangerous stuff. But at the same time, we are protected. So I think I'm going to go with this. Oh, girders. I need girders. Okay. Girder. Okay. So grab a few of those. Okay. So we'll do that. And then we'll do 3 1x1 windows. And then if you want to work with me here, okay, and then we'll do one more of the 2x3 windows, and that should get us all 5. Okay, and then from here, we can kind of block this off. Okay, and then we want to take all of the welders. We're going to put them in a group, and we're going to call them welders per tam jump ship. Okay, and that should be all of those. Okay, and then we'll do the same thing over here with the grinders. Okay, so grinder per tam jump ship. We'll save that. Okay, so those are now labeled. You need power cells. So we'll build, we can't build until those are done, but they're almost done, so that's fine. Okay. So this is now relatively good to go. All right. And then we need to put the jump drive in here as well. And I think that's a, is it a 2x3x3? I think it's a 2x3x3. Apparently my energy is critical. Okay, so we're gonna put that there. And then I'm gonna hop over into here. And recharge real quick. And I think I need water. I have 2.31 water, but apparently I'm not drinking yet. Okay, that's fine. It's whatever. Okay, so okay, good to go. All right, so we're gonna throw the jump drive back here, and we're gonna need 120 power cells. Okay, I can make those. Okay, so is that done? Yes, I think that's done. Okay, so now we're gonna go back into here, and we're just gonna make 1,000 power cells because we're probably gonna need them all. Okay, so this is our basic thing here. Next thing that I want to do is put a control panel, or button panel. Yeah, this thing. Okay, so we're gonna throw this on here, and then this is gonna control, or do we want to put it like back here? Yeah, I think I want to put it right there. Okay. So that's going to be good for that. And then we're going to need to put a whole bunch of batteries in here. You are not in there the right way. Actually, are these ones in there the right way? Ah, crap. I'll just wait. It'll be fine. All right, and then this thing needs power cells, and it also needs superconductors. But I should have all of the gold that I need to make the superconductors, so I can probably start building those as well. Where are we at? 55 minutes? Okay. So we'll throw 1,000 of those in there. And we should have enough gold. And we do. We have 706. We need 667, so good to go there. Are you done building it? You need more power cells. I just want to see how I had the orientation in here. Okay, yeah, so I thought it was like that. Which is why when I put that one in there, it looked weird. So we'll do that, that, and that. Okay. And then we're going to have an A side and a B side for these batteries. Nope, wrong way. I don't know why they switch like randomly like that. It's just weird. Okay. So this is going to be the A side batteries. So let's see, how do we want to do this? We'll call this battery A1. A2. A3, A4, and then A5. And then we need to do A6, A7, A8, A9, A10. So that 10 is going to show up in front or right after the 1. So it's going to be a little weird, but I don't really feel like renaming all of these to put a 0 in front of them. But then again, it might be easy to do that from here. Yeah, see, so it shows up because it's just how alphabetical order works. So if we do a 0, 1, a 0, 2, 0, 3, 0, 4, then they should show up in the proper order. There we go. Okay, and then we're going to call this battery bank A. Okay. All right, so the way that this is going to work is we're going to need, once we have the ship built, right, we're going to have a projector set up in here. So that way we can turn on the welders, which will then disassemble everything. And then, no, the grinders. Turn on the grinders, that will destroy all of those. Then we turn on the welders, which will then rebuild all of those. And I know I don't need all 5 of these welders. I think you just need the 2. But I'm still going to do it like this, just that way we have symmetry here. Okay. So destroys, builds, but we need the projector in there as well, so that way this can just build straight away. Okay, and then these all need to be labeled battery bank B. So B01, B02, B03, and so on and so forth. And then, so when we have those, the batteries on the bottom built, we're going to have them set to discharge when we make the projection of the ship, so that way whenever it projects the new ones, they're all automatically going to be set to discharge. So as soon as they are built, they're going to start discharging. And then from there, all we need to do is set up 4 timer blocks. So it'll turn A block on charge, turn A block off charge for the second one, turn B block on charge for the third one, turn B block off of charge for the fourth one. And then at the end of each one, you kind of point it to the next one in the line. And what that ends up doing is you'll have one bank of batteries always active, and then one bank of batteries always charging, right? And if you have the 5 batteries below me set to discharge, then we will always be discharging these batteries, and then we can keep an eye on it through the glass. And then when these are done and they're completely discharged, then we destroy, we rebuild, and we start again. And each of these batteries, when you build them, comes with 25% charge, right? So 4 of these can fully recharge one of these, and then we'll have a quarter extra. So then you go through a few cycles, and we actually are going to be getting a lot of power out of this, and the only thing that we need to build batteries is stone. So that's kind of the way that this whole thing is going to work. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to need is the timer blocks. And then I need, there we go. Is that the correct orientation? Or is that the correct orientation? I think that's the correct orientation. Okay. And then these ones need to be labeled as well. And we'll do that. Okay. So then we'll have A, start, finish, B, start, finish. And then they'll just continually cycle back and forth, discharging from here. And then as I build, it'll just keep on doing its thing, which is kind of what we want. Okay, so then the next thing that we're going to need is something to, well, store everything. So now I need to start thinking about what I want the bottom of this to look like. So I'm thinking I want to go with this, and I think the grinders will only grind exactly what's directly in front of them, so I don't think they will actually grind this. But I can always check it. That's not grinding anything, actually. Why you no grind? Is it not close enough? I mean, that should be close enough to weld. So is that not close enough to grind? Because that's going to be real annoying if it's not. What gives, dude? That uses 2 kilowatts to grind. Why you no grind the battery, dude? That's just dumb. Okay, we're at an hour. I'm gonna fiddle around with this off camera. I'm probably gonna need to do something clever, most likely. Probably something with a rotor and then increasing the offset of the rotor. I'm thinking might do it. So basically I just need this thing to get closer to the battery, and then we'll be okay. So, but for now, I mean, we're started. This is going to be what it's going to look like. We can put oxygen storage, hydrogen storage, whatever we need up here, kind of at this level. Then we'll have like this main kind of open area back here. I can put some seats down, maybe a couch or something. Maybe put like a couch over here and put like another couch over here. You know, just kind of make this kind of like the living area, I guess, but at the same time make it functional. So that's kind of what I'm going for. So like I said, I'm going to fiddle around with this a little bit. Don't be surprised if by the time I start the next video, this is already pretty much built. I will take time to go through and explain how everything is built, but for now, we're just gonna go with it. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Looks like that thing is almost done as well, so we should have more than enough pieces and parts here for anything that we need. And then hopefully this thing will be fixed. Hopefully, we'll see. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you'll catch me for the next one. Have a good one.